Hey guys, so today we have the full information for LF Super Gogeta, the reviving Pikkon into Super Gogeta character, and we also have EX Metal Cooler here as well. As always, if you want to see my full initial reaction, in-depth breakdown of the new LF character, I would recommend checking out the video from yesterday where we took a look at their kit on the website. It's a very long video because this is a character that is very in-depth. It's a very complex character, right? You have basically two units in one. You have Pikkon and then you have Gogeta. I guess we'll just start with this, and then I'm going to only highlight certain parts of this character that we weren't able to fully understand yesterday, and then we'll move on to Metal Cooler, so I don't want to make this video too long here. The interesting thing about this is we could see what their stats look like here. So as usual, we will have to account for the arts boost as well as the title boosts not applying here, so... again, it's typically like, you know, subtracting around 8,000 stats here to get the actual true number, so. That's not great. So, he's actually a better blast attacker. I feel like Gogeta is going to be, like, Gogeta probably will have a different stat spread than this. So Pikkon looks like he's going to have around sub 250 strike attack. He's going to have mid 250 blast attack. And then he's going to have like high 170s to both defenses. Defensively, it's not bad, right? Obviously, he's a defensive type character. So I'll take that. The only thing about Pikkon is I don't really think it matters how high his defenses are because of this. 50% reduces damage received. And yes, I understand that you can get up to 10% more reduced damage received here depending on how many movies characters he's ran with, but I mean, even 60% reduced damage received is not enough. So I don't think the defensive stat spread being like pretty decent here really means much. I think this Pikkon is going to get utterly destroyed, decimated, eradicated. Let's see what Gogeta stats look like. Okay, now we're looking pretty good. That's more like it. So it is interesting because he is technically more of a blast unit, huh? So obviously Fusion Warriors is, and probably always will be, a Kai Green Super Gogeta. I guess technically is a blast character, but that's really it. So I don't know. And then on top of that, movies is also more straight. I mean, they've been giving us blast-based movies characters recently. We have the Gammas. We have Path to Power Kid Goku. So you can definitely make a blast movies team here. I still think the strike version is superior, especially now with the Ultra Super Janemba existing. But I mean, I guess you can make this work, like a blast version of a movie setup with this Gogeta, maybe. Defenses are looking really good here, though. He's at, like, what, 188k? Like high 180s. To both defenses here. Remember, this is a character that is going to revive with full HP. I think we can take a look at that here. Yeah, when own health reaches 0, switch to Super Gogeta and revive with 100% health. So it's not one of these characters that's reviving with like a portion of his health. It's a full health bar. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty good, these stats here. He's going to be at high 160s, or high 260s to strike attack. And then high 270s to blast. Yeah, that's good side than anything. The way they want you to use this character is to basically just spam green cards and then to die with Pikkon. This character is not designed in a way where he will survive tons and tons of damage. So this Pikkon guaranteed draws a special arts card, so a green card from his main ability. He guaranteed draws a green card when he vanishes the opponent's attack. Right, he draws a green card here. And then every time he uses a green card, it charges his unique gauge by 15%, which you can use up to 3 times. So he can basically charge his unique gauge by 45% if you use 3 green cards before you die with this character, which I think is probably what they want you to do. Something else to mention here, I think this card destruction ability is actually really annoying. Like, this is going to be really, really annoying. So, the first time he uses this, he destroys strike cards. Or destroys 1 strike card, I guess. The second time he uses it, he's going to destroy a blast card, too. Then the third time he's using it, he's going to destroy one special move and then one special arts card. So, because it says also applies the following effects to enemy. So it's these things in addition to the strike card. So from the third time onward, when you use a green card with Pikkon, he's killing a strike card, he's killing a blast card, and he's killing a blue card, and he's killing a green card. That's a very annoying effect. That is really, really annoying. But then he's designed in a way where he has like very minimal amounts of reduced damage received. He's not really doing a ton of disrupt. I mean, he has some disrupt effects, right? Like, I mean, this right here. Where is it? Where is this? Right here. Applies the following effects to enemy when changing cover. He destroys a card, reduces ki by 20, and then lowers enemy's card draw speed by 1 level for 10 counts. I mean, that's fine, but it's not gonna like all of a sudden make this character like a ridiculously powerful defensive option. He's labeled a defense type. I just don't understand. This is such a misclassification of what this character is trying to do. This character is not a defense type. Like, he's just straight up not. So, I don't know. It's a bit strange for them to designate him as a defense type. Honestly, one of the ways they could fix this character is by just doubling all of this. Make him destroy 2 cards, make him reduce ki by 40, and then make him reduce enemy card draw speed by 2 levels. At that point, he's actually looking pretty damn annoying and like decently, tough to get rid of, because he's still not going to be able to tank, but at least he'll be, he'll be pretty strong in terms of disrupt. And then something else to remember as well is that this is really not nearly as good as we would have hoped it would have been. Shortens own sub count by 2 when enemy activates a special move arts, ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush while the character's on standby. 2? I mean, you can combine that with the main ability. The main ability reduces his sub count by 2 once. Honestly, this should have just been permanent. I don't know why it's not. So he can, I guess, technically lower sub count by 4, but it's like you compare that to Orange Piccolo. Orange Piccolo, in my opinion, fulfills the role of a revival character better than this Pikkon does. And the reason why is because Piccolo has vastly superior sub count manipulation. Piccolo reduces his sub count, he force draws multiple green cards. So Piccolo is a way better option in terms of just being a Rising Rush deterring revival character for these teams. Which I think is honestly probably what we would have wanted on this Pikkon, because here's the main issue that I'm seeing with this Pikkon right away. The combination of the fact that he's not going to be able to tank with this sub count reduction only being 2 counts. Because what's going to happen is you're going to switch into Pikkon, you're going to get the disrupt here. The enemy is going to just continue to pound you away, and they're going to like switch into Goku and Frieza and like green card this Pikkon. Either he's going to die in one hit, or you're going to switch to somebody else. And the second you switch out of this Pikkon, they're just going to Rising Rush you. And then you won't be able to switch back into Pikkon because it's only -2 sub counts here. That's the dynamic that I'm predicting will happen with this Pikkon. So you better get these green cards in like super fast, because I don't really think this Pikkon is going to be lasting too long, especially up against these ridiculously strong offensive purple characters that exist right now. Even like Gogeta Blue, who's back in the featured boost with this campaign going on. Like, Gogeta Blue one-shots this Pikkon with a blue card. Like, it just literally takes is one hit from that Gogeta, and this guy's dead. All it takes is like 2 blast cards from Kid Goku. All it takes is 1 blue card from Goku and Frieza. Even like Captain Ginyu can probably just like blue card this guy into oblivion. So I'm a little bit worried in terms of the defensive end from Pikkon, which shouldn't be the case in my opinion, because he's a defense type. Like, why'd they make him a defense type? I don't know. Okay, so anyway, that's my main concern with Pikkon. The unique gauge is pretty interesting. I mean, it's not anything too crazy. All it does is gives you it heals the whole team by 15%, which is kind of weird because you can't really control when this fills up. It's just over time. And then the 15% damage to all allies is nice. It's just a little bit of extra support. Now, the thing to remember about this character when he goes into Gogeta is that he is going to retain this first portion here. The 90% damage inflicted, the 50% reduced damage received, the arts card draw speed, and the ki recovery, as well as if you have filled the gauge up with Pikkon, this is going to be applied to Gogeta as well. This is why it's pretty important to have this gauge filled up prior to transforming, because you're going to get the support active And that's going to affect Gogeta, too, because it's a permanent team-wide buff. So you're going to have all those active, and then Super Gogeta is looking like a really strong offensive character. You're going to have 50% damage inflicted here on top of the already, the portion that gets carried over. You're getting extra damage reduction here. You're getting key recovery here. And then Gogeta has his own unique gauge, which is, fills up via the same method as Pikkon, which is just over time. But he's getting a lot of effects here. He's debuffing a lot. I think this Gogeta looks pretty good. And then one other thing to mention real quick about this Gogeta is the fact that his blue card, we actually now know, is a ranged blue card. It's kind of... I don't really know the best way to describe this. It's like a shockwave. It's like the punch that UI Goku did against Kefla. It's like a shockwave ranged card. And then when you land the range card, he lunges towards the opponent. But technically, this is a ranged blue card, which is, I think, probably pretty good because it means that Janemba is going to get incinerated by this, right? But I think this Gogeta is going to be hitting very, very hard. So I think I don't really have a problem with the Gogeta portion of this card. I'm more so worried about the Pikkon side, but that's that. All right, so Metal Cooler. We have not looked at this character. I don't know what he's going to do. He's a range type, all right? He's yellow. Stats are looking pretty bad. Look at the... He only has this. That's all he has. It's just that. Okay. 2 blasts, sure. Normal strike and normal blast. The blue card is massive explode damage. He actually nullifies endurance. Okay. And then inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 15% of damage received. Nullifying endurance is certainly interesting. Okay. Green card is going to be a stop time effect. 10% HP, 30% blast damage for 20 counts, 30% to special move damage inflicted cannot be cancelled activates once. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 5 strike and blast arts cost for 10 timer counts. This does not give key, so it automatically sucks. Main ability, draws a special move arts card next. Okay, so he's drawing a blue card, getting 50 key. 30% damage inflicted for 20 counts, cancels own attribute downgrades, inflicts all enemies with 5 sub counts. Okay. I mean, this would have been a really good main ability maybe like a year ago. Inflicting all enemies with subcounts is not nearly as strong as it used to be because we have so many characters that reduce subcounts through various ways. If this was just like no switching, obviously it would be much, much better. I mean, I guess I'll take this. It's not the worst thing ever. Okay, let me just go back to this. The ability, 32% to Lineage of Evil, Regen, or Sagas from the movie Strike and Blast defense, and then 18% to Powerful Opponent Blast attack. Okay, so battle starts, he gets 90% damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 60%, that's bad. And then Arts card draw speed by 1 level, okay. 15% to special move damage inflicted per tag Saiyan enemy battle member, that's interesting. So if you're fighting a full Saiyan team, he's doing 45% more blue card damage. And he's nullifying endurance on this. And this is giving him 30% permanent special move damage. And the main ability is giving him a guaranteed blue card draw with enough key to use it and damage. Okay. His blue card should be hitting pretty hard, I guess. Falling effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Draws a green card next. Activates once. Is that what they made his green card, like, not give key? I don't know, it's weird. 50% damage for 15 counts. Minus 10 to own blast arts cost. 20% of damage inflicted by allied tag. Okay, nice. He's actually supporting here. Lineage of Evil, Regen, or movies for 20 counts. The problem with this support is that it's applying when he enters the battlefield. I guess that's fine because it applies to himself, but... Okay, it's 20 counts too, which is a decent amount of time. He's basically getting 70% damage from this. Okay. Following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character's in the battlefield. Shortens ally subcount by 2. Activates once. And then reset. That's similar to the Gammas, actually have a similar effect to that. And then reduce enemy key by 5. That's every time he gets hit. Okay, that's like what? Transforming Rose's ability from like 2020, 2019? 2020, I think. I don't know. Yeah, 2020. Unrestrained technology is the next unique ability. Falling effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restores own key by 30. 30% blast damage for 15 timer counts. And then minus 30% to key recovery. Okay. Falling effects occur when this character defeats an enemy. Oh boy. This is the Zenkai Yellow Goku Black ability. Restore his own health by 30% and ki by 50. 30% damage inflicted. Card draw speed. 50% to own ki recovery. And then -1 card draw speed to the enemy, to all enemies for 15 counts. So if you kill an enemy with this guy, he's getting 90. Let's just call this 70. 160. Like 190. 220. He has a lot of different conditions to get his full damage, but he can get up to like 220% blast damage here with double card draw speed. I don't know. I wasn't really expecting much out of this character, and I probably will just say that he's not looking too great to me. So I mean, that's honestly what we should expect out of like EXs these days. They're just kind of like side options, I guess, if you like don't have the characters to fill out a team here. I don't know. All right, let's go check out and see if we got. I think there's one new equipment here. Let me see. Archive. I think it should be. Oh, this is the new. This is the new co-op equip. Yeah, because the PvP season is still going. It's the same season. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be the new co-op equip because co-op is going to end tomorrow. So I think this equip will be available starting tomorrow during regular weekly reset, because that's when the current co-op goes away. Okay, so this is for movies or Fusion Warriors. This is actually a pretty big array of characters that can use this. 10% to base HP already, off to a good start with this one. We have base blast defense, 15%, and then we have 12% to own blast attack when episode sagas from the movies and Otherworld Warriors is a battle member. Okay. And then slot 3 is strike defense, base strike defense 15%, and then pure strike attack when episode sagas from the movies and tag Otherworld Warriors as a battle member. I mean, this is basically just saying as long as you're using the new character, you're going to get the full equip effects here, which I think is fine. It's pretty. I mean, if as long as you have every slot active here, like this is pretty damn good. 10% HP, 15% to both base defenses, and then 12% to both pure offenses. I'll take that. That is very strong. This is a very strong equip. It's just the conditions, right? If you're not using the new unit, let me just make sure there's something else in here. I don't think there should be, but yeah, okay, we're good. I want to just pull up Otherworld Warriors. As long as you're using the new unit, you're fine. But if you don't have the new unit, or you're looking for characters to use with this Otherworld Warrior tag to get the conditions and the equipment fulfilled, you're not going to be able to do that. Who are you running? That's an Otherworld Warrior. Oh, actually, no, Frieza's an Otherworld Warrior, huh? Hold on a second. I didn't even consider this. Otherworld Warrior on Goku and Frieza, huh? Okay. I mean, they're really the only, like... Unfortunately, you're not running them. Unfortunately, you're not running this guy. I think it's actually within the cards that potentially this guy could maybe get like a unique equipment next week or something. We'll see. You're not running anybody else on here. I mean, Niche, you could run this guy, I guess, if you really want to, but I would probably just say no. So, I mean, it's really just going to come down to the new unit or Goku and Frieza. But if you run Goku and Frieza to fulfill the Otherworld Warrior condition, then you also need a movie character too, whereas this guy fulfills both of them. Okay, I mean, it's a pretty strict condition, I would say, for the equip. But the effects are pretty good, so yeah. That's going to be it for this one. So we have the banner dropping in about 2 hours from now, and then obviously we'll be able to show them off in PvP as well. Let me know down below what you guys think of the LF Revival Super Gogeta. We have the metal cooler as well, plus the equipment. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.